Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on people doing wild videos. Videos that's going to either land them in the hospital or videos that's going to land them into a lot of trouble. Now, I've said it numerous times before. I've been, involved with content creating for, multiple years now. And yeah, like I see where people will do. I just remember that era where people were doing the pranking videos, but those pranking videos later on got exposed to be fake. So I feel like that it's kind of, it's unnecessary to really talk about them. But no, like there's people out there that do prank videos to others, and at times it's serious. It's some real stuff, and I'm like, fam, you can't go up to a random person and do some prank that's going to be like, because a lot of times people don't really like pranks. They don't like being startled. They don't like being scared. Like I see, like, the one guy where he'll dress up like as a bush and he'll jump out and scare people and stuff. And I'm like, all right, yeah, that's funny. But the thing is with that is that what I'm scared of is that this dude is going to get two-pieced or going to get jumped because he unscared the wrong people. So I'm saying, like, yeah, a lot of the time, or if like a person's, not expecting it and stuff, like they're going to be, pull out a gun and get the shooting because they don't, they don't know what's going on. So that's why it's like, a lot of times, like you ask me, like, would I go out and do wild videos? Fam, I don't like doing videos where I'm just sitting down talking, but I'm like out in public and stuff. I don't like videos like that. That makes me uncomfortable. So now I gotta go out and do videos, like wild videos, to prank people or just whatever. But I have to say, like, I tried to do some wild videos, but it just didn't feel like it was me. And so I feel like if that's another thing where it's like, if that's not your thing, like you don't, if you don't go out your way and just do wild stuff, then yeah, it's like, I feel like that them videos is just going to be very authentic. And I'm not saying like people need to go out and do a bunch of different wild things. So now you have that, that acceptance of doing wild videos. Like, nah, fam, like you don't need to. Like, the thing is, like, I enjoy watching wild videos. Like, I'll watch guys like Johnny Knoxville or Steve-O, but I just won't go out of my way and do some Johnny Knoxville or Steve-O stuff, if you catch my drift, if you catch what I'm saying. So I'm like, I'm not, it's not my thing. It's my thing to watch it because it's entertaining. I'm all like, see these guys, get kicked in the groin or slingshot across a field or had like what are some other stuff? Well, maybe not across the field, more so across the way. They had broke some bones to getting slingshot across the field. But no, I think they did this thing where they got like thrown off up in the air over him in some like lake or something and got shot with paintball guns. I think Johnny Knoxville, he got kicked in the groin by a bunch of kids. Well, there's some other ones. Oh, they had to like try to stand to a high powered like jet engine from a plane and stuff. And then like it's things like that where I'm like, nah, man. Like I think they had Rob Dyrdek. I haven't seen the latest movie, but I think they had Rob Dyrdek behind it. But they had him just like pressing a controller and stuff. I'll do that. I'll help you guys do the wild stuff, but I myself just won't want to go out and do, because the least wild thing that I seen was when they had a guy, he was carrying, it looked like it was like some milkshakes or something, and he walked down these steps, but it was some fake steps, and the food just went all over the place. I'm like, that's as far as it'll go. Stuff like that, but I'm like, or they had like where it was the giant hand that came out and like hit them across their like body and stuff. See, it's stuff like that, but I'm like, going and doing things where, even besides like that, like those crazy and wild stunts, but stuff like when people are like, oh, walking across these buildings, have you ever seen those like parkour videos where dudes be like jumping across. Because no, I remember I looked up those videos and stuff after YouTube, they had took my video down. You would have thought with all the videos that YouTube was taking down, like I would have been the king of like wild videos, right? No, I was just reacting to videos and they were taking my reactions down. And I'm like, fam, what is the problem? Like, it's stuff like that. It's so, like, yeah, so I remember they did take down, it was a parkour fails video. And they showed all these different people. And that's why I'm like, I would never go out my way and do some stuff like parkour. Because I'm like, I seen parkour fails. And I'm like, I know overall I would be in this compilation. Trying to jump over some railing or jump. I'll do like some like small stuff. Like, oh, let me take both my feet and jump off this curb. Or, you know, let me like climb over. I'm not going to jump over the railing. I'm going to climb over the railing. I'm like, yeah, I'll do some stuff like that. But no, I remember after YouTube had took some of my videos down, where they took down the parkour fails video, and I remember I looked on YouTube and there was these people talking about parkouring on top of this skyscraper building, or, you know, like, and you see videos like that all the time. I don't know how many times I've seen videos, people jumping from building to building, sliding off of the rooftop, doing a backflip, jumping on the rail. Like, they be doing some old wild stuff, and it's like, fam, why? Like, my thing is, like, how did you know about that? Like, when did you discover that you can do parkour? Because I know that it's going to take training, it's going to take a lot of practicing and all that stuff, but I'm like, with me, I'm like, fam, no. Like, I don't want to do that because it is too much. I don't like that type of stuff. Like, my thing is this, like, I'm not really a big heights person. So, like, you know, when I see people doing these, like, crazy wild things, like, but they, like, in, like, high areas and stuff, I'm like, nah, man, that's doing too much. That ain't my type of thing. I'm like, I just, you know, I don't see myself doing stuff like that, but people do it. And it's, you know, to me, I find it, like, crazy, but I'm like, at the same time, you know, it's like, I guess, you know, if that's what pays the bills, I'm like, you know, if that's what you want to do, if that's what you can do, that's the only thing that you can think of, then I'm like, hey, so be it. But like, if you have other options out there that's like not as life-threatening, because like, not even trying to like scare people and stuff, but like, no, talking on that parkour stuff and talking on like people doing parkour on top of some building, do you think, honestly, that a person, all right, has went all the way to the top of a building, like each and every person, okay, whether it was, you know, it was a minor mess up or a major mess up, you know, but do you think that those guys ever got all the way to the top of those buildings and never messed up? Like, sit down and think about that stuff, right? I guarantee you, there's probably been at least one time where one of those guys, all right, probably jumped, didn't, you know, calculate the jump so well, slid, probably was holding on for dear life, screaming for a friend like, hey, help me, or make the situation even worse, there ain't no friends up there, so they gotta pull themselves up, and it's like, yeah, it's that type of stuff where I'm like, I know it would happen to me, where I would mess up or I would come close to messing up, and I'm like, nah, man, I gotta stop. Or I'm like, the mess up was just, you know, too far gone. Next thing you know, I find that's why it's like stuff like that. I'm like, nah, bro, have yourself a parachute. I'm like, my thing is this, I'd rather have a parachute, even in, you know, like go and like learn how to use one of those things, have one of those, you know, probably take a charge for opening up a parachute in a public, you know, settings or doing some stuff like that, than losing my life, you know, or, you know, yeah, what maybe spending some time in jail probably. That's like as far as it'll go, but that's as far I'm like, but I'm not trying to have it where it's like one of them things that led me to death. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it's stuff like that where I'm like, if they come out with a video game version of it, I will 100% play that game, right? If I'm watching a movie about it, cool. If I'm watching a TV show about it, perfect. If I'm watching or listening to some music, I highly doubt they got some parkour music out there. But if there's a rapper that is rapping about parkour, I'm like, hey, that man, he's doing something that a lot of people has not done, if not nobody has done. But I'm saying it's stuff like that, and then, you know, yeah, then it was like people going out in public pranking. I feel like there's like other forms of like wild videos and stuff, and you know, it's like, you know, like Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O type things. What are some other stuff? I'm trying to think. I can't necessarily think of, no other wild videos and stuff, but yeah, overall I'm like, I just, all right, so I guess if there is anything, I feel like if anybody does decide to go out and do wild videos and they have like no wild like history about themselves, they just want to do it, to gain views and attention. That's more so, I feel like, there's people out there probably really out showing off their skills when they are doing wild videos, but I feel like that there's people out there that are doing that stuff just to simply get attention and to gain views and to gain, subscribers. And that's the thing where it's like, I don't think a lot of people pay attention to that stuff. But I think it's called typecast. Hold on for a second. Typecast. I think that's type in film in particular becomes strongly identified. All right, typecasting. So that's what they call it in like the Hollywood and acting line of work and stuff. But typecasting is pretty much when a person is only known for doing those things. All right, they're only so like in Hollywood terms. So it's like Liam Neeson. He got typecast for doing these action-packed movies. Or Chris Tucker got typecast for doing comedy movies. Or what are some other I'm trying to think. I can't think of like no actor because or Leonardo DiCaprio doing typecast for doing the love story movies and stuff. Well, that's the thing though. Leonardo DiCaprio, I feel like this man could come out with a comedy action pack. He could come out with any type of movie whatsoever, and it's gonna be good. So that's why I feel like with him, like I don't know, but let's just say like if he was only known for doing romance movies, then okay. But I'm like, I've seen so many different types of movies of Leonardo DiCaprio. I feel like that that would just like this man did one good. No, he's done a few good romance movies, but I'm like, that's nowhere compared to some. So he'll do a romance movie and come back do another movie, and it's like, fam, that is wild. Like, but anyways, but let's just say that was the case where he did get typecast for doing romance movies, and then he tries to go out and do something else. People ain't gonna be with that. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, what wild videos, like if you get typecast for doing wild videos and stuff, that's all people are going to expect from you. That's all people are going to want from you. All they're going to want is for you to do these wild and outlandish videos. You're going to try to do a video where you just want to sit down and just chill and just talk. And the people going to be like, nah, bro, jump from some trees, slam on top of a car from like, 100 feet. What are some other things? Oh, set yourself on fire. That's all you're going to be known for. That's all that people are going to want from you. And that's like one of the worst things, to get typecast for doing something where it's like, then when you try to like, because I feel like with me, I definitely feel like that was typecast for doing reaction videos. Like, that's one thing I feel like when you do so much of something, you're definitely going to get typecast for it. So the only option that you are going to have to do like other things, you are going to have to put in a lot of work for it. Like, you're going to have to like show off like some like true and unimaginable skills and other things that you want to get into, because if you try going into something like, so let's say for an example, somebody that does wild videos, right? And then they want to do gaming videos. People gonna be like, bro, like you could go out and do this stuff yourself. Like, or actually, you know what? No, like I feel like this would probably be one of the best examples possible. But anyways, so let's say if a skateboarder, right, he was known for doing like or Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk is known for doing all these like, crazy skateboarding stunts and all that stuff, right? And he decides, you know what? I'm done. I'm retiring. I ain't gonna skateboard no more. I'm just gonna play the skateboarding video games. That would be interesting, okay? I know I would definitely want to see him. All right, I feel like that's a bad example because I'm saying if Tony Hawk, now I'm curious. I'm like, if Tony Hawk started up a streaming channel on Twitch or YouTube, whichever, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna be playing like all the different Tony Hawk video games trying to like break records and do a bunch of I would so watch that. In fact, I'm actually gonna, I'm gonna look that up once I'm done with this podcast episode, because I would like to know if he has played any of his video games. But anyways, but no, I'm saying, or like, yeah, that's like a skateboarder. They get typecast for, doing some, all these different skating things, but then they're like, oh, just gonna play the video games. There's gonna probably be people, like, oh, you should do more skate. There's always, because the thing is, like, yeah, they'll have that support, but there's always going to be that one person that constantly has to bring up them doing, and that's the thing. That's why, like, I had to say, like, just talking on like fans and supporters, more so supporters, because I feel like there's a difference between fans. I've said this before, but there is a difference between fans and supporters. Fans only support one thing. They don't support everything that you're doing. Supporters support anything that has your name tied to it or anything that you promote. They will support that as if it was the stuff that they, like, how they discovered you. So that's, I'm like, yeah, always, do the stuff for your supporters. If they support everything that you're doing, cool, chill, fine. But if they only supporting like one thing, because I don't know how many times I've, been talking with people and stuff, and then they always bring up like content that they're interested in, and I'm like, fam, I'm doing something completely different. Like it'll be like, I'll be on my gaming channel and then somebody will be like, oh, do a reaction video to this. I'm like, I am playing The Sims right now. I'm not thinking about reaction videos, all right? Or if it's like, if I'm streaming and then somebody will want to come there, that's what I've told people. I'm like, hey, yo, don't come to my stream, doing stuff like that. It's like, talk on the stream, talk on that. You could talk on your personal life, all that. But any other form of content, unless I'm promoting it, okay, cool, fine. But like, people do stuff like that. And it's like, can I just focus on this that I'm doing right now and stuff? Like, or you can leave, but yeah, it's crazy, it's like, then there's people that can join my stream and then we just sitting down, just, talking and stuff, but yeah, I'm like, it's weird, man, it's weird. But anyways, and that being said, yeah, I need to start my stream up, because usually I'll be streaming at this time. So thank you guys for tuning in for today's episode. Stay tuned for the next. Make sure you follow or subscribe if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, and make sure you like and subscribe if you're viewing this on YouTube. Also, make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. I'm currently recording content for all of them, so yeah, expect a lot of content to be coming out for those channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram, at TMossBoss. I post on there every single day, especially, yeah, with Twitch. I'm like streaming twice a day and posting on social media and all that stuff, some comedy skits or whatever. And then also make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. I need to start posting on there. But yeah, like or follow, however it's set up on there. Then also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. So if you want to go see Harry Styles perform his new song, or a WWE match, or a baseball game, football game, the football's not even in season right now, but maybe it's another form of football, or soccer, basketball, whatever you want to see, go get you some tickets and stuff. And yeah, and that being said, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.